Hello and welcome to our show, Too Much Gasolina, Truth or Shot.
Estudio Edit.
My name is Palma Palacios, and with me is Bruno Mazzini. We're going to answer all your juicy questions. And if we don't want to tell the truth, we're going to take a shot. Bruno, what are we drinking today?
We're
Most
drinking,
auspicious day.
once again, we're drinking Ron Barceló, Dominican Ron Barceló. This is a Gran Añejo, which means very old.
It means old.
It means greatly old, which is just kind of how you say it's fancy. It's also 100% unique Dominican rum from the juice of our caña, which is
Sugar cane.
Sugar cane, from the juice of our cane. And it's basically they're flexing. I met a really good mixologist this week. Shout out Finn. He says apparently rums are it's hard. You can find really good cheap rums, and it's not really that much of a complex process. And I was like, "Fuck you, Finn."
Tell Finn que se mame un huevo.
Yeah, I felt really disrespected, but then at the same time, Peruvian rums are really cheap, so it was good because I was like, "Oh, that means our rum is amazing." It's just like, you know.
Well, now I found a spot where they carry this.
Yeah, this is amazing.
So
this is, in my humble opinion, is great.
We're gonna be seeing her around this show a bit more often because
Yeah.
who doesn't love Dominican rum?
Also, this is not about mixology. This is about remembering our childhoods.
Joy.
This is about us remembering when we were 12 years old.
I wasn't drinking rum.
Ron Barceló. If you're 12 and you want to feel like an adult, Ron Barceló. This show is sponsored by Ron Barceló.
I fucking wish.
Ron Barceló for 12-year-olds.
Yes. Hell yeah.
Disclaimer: This is not actually an ad. Don't sue us, Ron Barceló, or any legal commission.
Did I tell you about La Curvita?
La Curvita. What La Curvita?
La Curvita was a spot in Santo Domingo, my hometown. It was a liquor store drive-through.
Oh, legend. Legend.
And it was called La Curvita because it's like cool Vita,
Yeah.
but it was a curve.
Yeah, like
So it was on a curve.
like instead of a curve, it was like a cool.
So they were trying, because Dominicans, like especially from the
Drink and
capital
drive.
where I'm absolutely,
They drink and
but
drive,
where
I guess.
I'm from, we replaced the L, we replaced the R for L all the time.
Yeah.
So instead of saying curvita, which is like the little curve, we would say curvita,
Curvita, yeah.
and that's why they called it that.
Okay, that's beautiful.
I thought so.
And
It closed.
Did they sell to minors or not?
Absolutely.
Shit, that's good. If you're 12,
There's
I'm kidding.
There used to
Don't-
be a place called Parqueo Bar, and I swear to God, I was going there at like 14.
Yeah,
It was insane, and you would see like so many like. Also, it was always like the rich kids too. Like you could spot
yeah,
the whitest of the white people in the city.
because then they can pretend they're tourists.
Yeah.
They're like, yo hablo no español, but can I get a ron por favor?
No, they're not like that, but they all, you know,
Yeah, I know.
everybody has a driver and whatnot, and they were like flashing like their parents' car, like hell yeah, I'm buying shots for everybody. I'm buying mamaita for everybody.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Do
Let's go.
you know mamaita?
No, but it sounds like I want a stranger to buy it for me.
It's a shot of Bailey's with like whipped cream on top.
Oh. See, strangers, buy that for me. If you're a fan of the show and you see me, just buy me a Bailey's with whipped cream.
By the way, I feel like we didn't catch up on a bunch of stuff last week because it came up yesterday when I was talking to producer Tim. I went to Oktoberfest and we didn't cover it here.
Oh, that's
And you love Oktoberfest.
love Oktoberfest. My mom was there too.
¿Qué? Oh, you told
I
me.
told you.
Bruno's mom was there at the same time that I was there. What?
Yeah.
And he didn't tell me that Doña Pilar
Doña Pilar.
was there.
That's not her name, but that's but that was like a 50-50. That's any middle-aged Latino woman, like 50% chance she's called Doña Pilar. So that was actually
Okay.
a very good guess. That was
Thank you.
solid.
To be
Paula.
honest, I'm pretty sure that's my friend Natalia's mom's name. But I don't know why. And you told me her name. Fuck, I forgot.
Marcela. Machi, for a friend.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, then you didn't tell me.
No,
I feel
I
like I
told
would
you.
remember.
I told you. It's okay. She loves you, big fan. She loves your energy.
She does?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
I did tell you that.
Never.
I have told
Not
you.
once.
I have told you.
Okay, coincidence. My mom loves you. Wouldn't know what that's like, but she loves you.
Oh yeah, I would know what it's like for my mom to love me back.
Yeah. Good for you. My sister also loves you.
Same. Tell her I miss her. Tell her my bed feels empty without her.
She'd be into that. She can follow the game along.
Dios mío, it's not a game. It's
Should we
serious.
should we do a few questions, Brunito?
People think that I'm hitting on Palma. People think that this is a thing. She doesn't know. They don't know. It's not about her. It's about her entire family.
I get so many messages that I simp you guys about you and me.
Damn,
Yeah.
little simps. It's because they haven't seen me talking to your sisters.
When have you talked about? Oh, you did meet her once on a FaceTime call, right? Yeah.
And I have not forgotten since.
What language do you have sex in?
A mix of English and Spanish, actually.
Okay, wait. It's always
That's a good question, man.
yeah. I have sex in English, I guess, because it's international. But if I start speaking Spanish, an excellent job is being done.
If you make me speak Spanish.
If I go like, it's like
Yeah.
But grade A.
It could be great in English.
Yeah.
But there's like a level of like, you know, when
you only get that in your own language. I don't know. I don't assume that that's the case for Germans. But
no, I'm thinking more like in terms of like it's that moment where you can't even think and you just say things like instantly.
Yeah.
Like I had this.
Wasakaka.
Yeah, like no, like when a girl does something like amazing and you're like, qué linda carajo.
La creta.
Dios mío, qué rico.
Diablo.
Qué rico, you know, like boom, you know, and then you'll kind of. But at the same time, like I can't be like bend over or whatever in Spanish because they're gonna be what is going on?
Yeah. I understand. But I have had that like thing where I feel like I need to have sex in Dominican Spanish. Like I need that full experience.
Yeah, but I think that's why that's why relationships are nice, because even if you get a little gringo, you can teach him Dominican Spanish, and then
I don't think I can.
Yeah, of course.
I would be like, I want you to call me a bitch, but he's gonna be maldita perra.
But of course, avoid the R's. You know, avoid the R's. That's how we do with our gringos. You gotta train them. Don't make him call you.
¿Quién es tu perro?
Don't make the safe word ferrocarril. You gotta do ferrocarril, bro. Ferrocarril. I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Vamos a rapar.
Tres tristes tigres.
Espérate.
The safe word, yeah.
Qué rico.
I also do love it when I make them speak their own language. You know, when a German just can't, and you hear her say Gott, not God, Gott, with the T, and I'm like, yeah, I know, bitch. They do call me that sometimes, you know. I am the sex Gott.
You call yourself that in the mirror?
No.
No. I haven't had that with a German that they switched to. I think only once, but I've had it with like Italians.
The thing is, men are less vocal in bed.
I hate that. O somos totoro tovaca. Aquí vamos a pasar a bien todo el mundo.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I love hearing.
Let me translate. Palma was like, we're either all
in or all out.
Yeah,
Como que
none of this.
commit. Yeah, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's. I don't know. I feel like a lot of men feel vulnerable to show that they're having a good time and shit, and they want to like kind of still play it cool. And also, it's just like a thing of like, I don't know. Like nobody's like, women are not as vocal about them enjoying that, whereas men know, like men are very like, yeah, a woman moaning is hot, so they're open about that, and that's kind of a more universal truth. I feel like if all men knew that women find that attractive,
I find it so hot.
Yeah.
One time I was doing things, And this person like lifted their entire body off the chair. And I was like, this is the hottest thing in the
He
world.
did the exorcism.
He was like levitating. And I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah,
I am a talent and this is great.
Yeah,
We're all having fun here. This is healthy.
I also know a lot of girls though that are like they don't moan because they like these are more like the Christian Catholics, the traumatized by sex girls that are like trying to be quiet and they're like, you know. I don't want. I'm sorry for anyone that had to hear that. I felt very vulnerable as I was saying that, you know. But
that was the most vulnerable you've been on this show.
But you know what I mean. You know. You know? Yeah, I had to do it more cartoony.
What are you fucking plants from anime? Like what is that?
That's no, but it's girls that are like holding back on moaning.
Yeah.
Because they I don't know, they're either like shy about it or whatever. And
but you can always do the like internal. And that one is really hot.
Yeah, what I do is I always just tell them like, hey, be louder. Let me hear it. I want to hear it.
And does it work? Do they do it?
Yeah. If you make them feel comfortable, yeah. It's all about creating a safe space to get spanked.
We really went on a tangent on this one.
What?
We really went on a tangent on this one.
Hey, don't ask us about sex if you don't want us to talk for hours.
I have stories. Oh fuck! I don't want to answer this. Most recent.
What
about Oktoberfest?
Give it up for producer team, everyone. We just got horny and we started talking.
Keeping up.
This is why you need a producer in your life.
It was my first Oktoberfest. You had been there before. How many times have you done it?
I've just been there once. It was great. I mean, two days in a row, but just one visit, one year, I guess.
I didn't know you were rich.
It's so expensive. It's so... Dude, the beer is like 15 euros, and you gotta buy like at least 3 or 4.
Can I tell you something disgusting?
Tell me.
Can I say something disgusting? This is my show. I can do this.
Yeah.
Okay. When they told me like, oh, that's a liter of beer.
Yeah.
The first thing I thought was like, oh, a woman menstruates half that cup every month. This was my first thought. What is wrong with me? What? I see red.
Yeah, this is... You know how sometimes sex education is too educating? You know? This is...
I think it's good for everybody to know. A woman...
Yeah, but it's
on average, bleeds out half a liter of blood.
Yeah, no, look... I agree that it's good for people to know. I also think that it's bad for it to be the first thing that people think when they see a beer.
It was the size of the thing. That's what it
No,
made
it
me
was
think
half
of.
the size.
Yeah, but...
When you see like a 250 milliliter, you're going to be like, this is half of what a woman, you know?
I don't know that much math.
Is this how you you measure anything? You know, like, oh, like, this is 4 women menstruating. This bottle contains...
It depends. If it's like about money, I measure it in how many sandwiches I can get from that.
Okay, fair.
How many poverty meals.
How many tampons?
No, I steal them from the office.
Beautiful. Okay, so you went there, you thought about the period. How many nights or how many days did you drink? Just 1 or 2?
I went there for a full 7 hours. It was enough. It was life-changing.
Oh. They got the band and the white people
Oh
music.
my God. The best thing that happened to me at Oktoberfest, I experienced black privilege.
I told you it was real.
It was amazing. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You bitch.
You get to sing rap.
Cállate.
You get to sing rap songs in karaoke.
No me hable. Oye.
Have you ever
I never sing the N-word.
Have you ever tried to see a man, like a non-black man do a rap song in karaoke?
A cada rato. Yes.
He skips half of the song.
As he should.
Yeah, but you know how hard that is?
No, there are harder
You know
things.
the struggles?
Do you know women bleed half a liter of blood every month? On average. So imagine if she has a heavy flow in a white vagina.
Okay, fair.
Okay, listen. So all these tents were absolutely packed because it was the last weekend of Oktoberfest. And all the security guards were, as my friend Kalenga calls them, brothers. So we would just stand by the doors and look at each other, look at him, and he would turn away like every single person. and let us in through all the side doors. And we went to every single tent. It was the most fucking amazing experience of my life. I was like, this is reparations happening right now. It was beautiful.
That's heavy because at some point it gets impossible to get into town.
I mean, by the time we got there, everything was full. So it was really just the brothers out there watching out for us, letting us in all side doors.
Shout out, brothers. We are all one.
Fuck off. We are all one when you won. Only in Oktoberfest when the tents are full.
Hey,
when the tents are full.
I know the struggle.
Of what?
I don't know.
Of what exactly?
I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know.
Of being painfully white passing. Got it.
I don't. Yeah, I got called white recently again, but it's fine.
I mean, white passing for Latin America for sure.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
for here.
No. Well, okay. So you drank. Do you love the band?
I did love the band, and I was so humbled by the ladies carrying 10 of those.
Dude.
What the fuck?
Those women are jacked.
I was struggling holding one. I had to hold it with both hands.
Yeah, those.
I was drinking like this.
And they're like,
the whole
this is
time.
why all the waitresses have huge tits because they put the beers on the tits because otherwise they couldn't do it. It's like 20 beers and just one woman.
Insane.
And
Insane.
And not with a tray. It's usually with
no.
their hands. Like, so they'll be carrying like what, 10 beers. So that's 10 kilos. Just rest it on the titties and just walk like this, and it's insane.
I agree.
It's amazing.
I hated that I had to be drunk to enjoy it. Like you know what I mean?
You wanted to just sit there and drink juice.
I don't know. I just felt like
I mean, it is a drunk.
it was too much of like a drunk thing.
But when did you arrive? Because I also went during the day, and that was just like pleasant and.
I went
tipsy.
at noon, so it wasn't even late.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It is like the thing is, it's for Germans to get fucked up. It's not like if you go really early, there's some people that go, they have lunch, they have a beer, and then they leave, and it's like really nice and pleasant. But the reality is, if you're staying for the afternoon and like the night, it's just people getting fucked. It's just people getting straight up like trashed.
Yeah.
So
And that's what happened. Like as the day progressed, I became more sober and more
so?
intolerant of everything that was happening
drunk
around me.
people. Yeah.
And it was also really like it got more and more disgusting as well.
Oh yeah,
Of course.
It do be nasty.
I was like, how did COVID not originate here? I will never understand.
Yeah, it's like a German wet market.
Oh my God.
It's pig and sausage.
Oh my
and
goodness.
beer and bodily fluids.
Sauerkraut. Fermentation happening everywhere.
The fucking oh dude. And once in a while you see people making out in Oktoberfest.
Once in a while, it was everywhere.
It was everywhere. Dude,
It was like you a few weeks ago. The splash of saliva fell on my face.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
I will neither confirm nor deny that story.
Next question.
But also like facts.
But you had the
Also-
full outfit and stuff. Did you buy it?
A friend of mine, Nikita, actually, comedian Nikita, shout out Nikita. He lent me the lederhosen, and then I bought the shirt and the socks, and then I wore work shoes.
You committed, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I was like, if I'm gonna do it, I'll commit.
Yeah, I was like, this
Do
is
we-
too much of an expensive photo, so I will just improvise my outfit. But I think I did pretty well. I had a corset and
Yeah, no, it looked like you kind of did have the outfit, but yeah, it's. I was like, fuck it, it's nice. And the most expensive part was the pants, and I borrowed those, so it was.
we should put pictures here of us at Oktoberfest.
I was killing it, dude. I love that shit. That was so fun. Also, I love just culturally getting fucked up.
What the fuck is up with the resort songs? I wanna know if you be my girl.
Oh my god, I love it.
I hate it.
I love
This
it.
is such a Dominican Punta Cana resort song. Like,
Timmy, do you know where it originates from? Yeah, no, like why they're singing so many like pop.
country roads.
Take
me home.
Bro, the Germans die for that.
Mm.
Okay, maybe it's true. Maybe it's a tourist.
But the
thing.
the traditional music, the band,
Yeah.
they were so fun.
Yeah.
Like I would have,
Yeah. The band was great. I also still like the white people songs. First of all, because my German's not great, And second of all, I think it's kind of that like stadium vibe that it's like these 10 songs that everyone knows, and so that people are just singing together, all drunk and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, where the,
But this is the thing. For Latinos, we don't need to be anywhere close to inebriated to be experiencing the same thing.
yeah, but it's different. Like I love our culture, but the way they do it here, it is like a. Well, actually, no, we do that pretty often. I was gonna say it's hundreds or thousands of people all drunk at the same time, but then I was like, oh, that's
Any given weekend.
yeah, that's a lot of weekends in Peru, actually.
You see?
Yeah, but I don't know. I like it, especially because it's Germans. I don't expect it from them. So when they do it, I'm like, oh, good for you.
I don't know. I think I had a different expectation.
What did you expect? More cultural?
I just thought it would be like jollier. I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's
You
not.
know,
You imagine like a Disney movie.
Yeah,
like,
I was like
no.
kind of vibe, and it
No.
was more like, yeah, bro.
It's a lot
kind
of
of
a
vibe.
lot of dudes getting trashed.
Yeah.
A lot of old men getting trashed, and girls being like, "Oh my god, it looks so hot on this dress,"
I mean,
which they do.
boobs
That's the best.
everywhere.
Dude, what's up?
There are so many boobs.
Jesus Christ!
Blessed be.
I don't know who invented that dress, but yeah.
If you don't have any, you will have them that day.
dude, that is just
You will
gorgeous.
find them that day.
It's gorgeous, and it's like you're showing us the best angle for your boobs, but like in a cultural way.
Hell yeah.
So it's not even like no slut shaming involved. It's like, yeah, it's a cute little dress, you know.
It's
like,
traditional.
it's traditional. Yeah. That's what we should say about thongs in Latin America. It's a cultural thing. You don't get it, you know. It's
I
actually,
only started wearing thongs like last year or 2
uh,
years ago.
Yeah, I started when I was really young.
Yeah. I can see them like covering all you got down there.
Concha tu madre.
Most recent date fail. Yeah.
Most recent date fail.
He sent me a rose on Hinge. The date was amazing. Kissed me at my front door. Told me he would love to see me again. And then ghosted me and unmatched me.
Gave me her number after a show. We went out. Great date. Great chat. Like, talked about really personal things and vibed over them, but also just started making out like animals and had like really good physical connection too. Text me the next day, hey, I realize I'm not ready for something, and yeah, but I wish you the best.
I wish you the best. And you were like, I didn't realize I proposed to you last night.
Yeah, I was like, look, I mean, I definitely felt like, oh, this has potential kind of energy.
Yeah.
But I was also like, chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but fail.
I think mine was worse.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. Does it date fail? Does it mean like a fail during the date? Because it's been a while since I've had like a really bad during the date. I feel like more like it's what I've had more recently. It's good dates that then just
Flop.
then
Later
flop. Like they don't. And I think like that's like a super Berlin thing where people like in the moment they're enjoying themselves, but then they go home and they start overthinking stuff and they're like, oh, but if this becomes so serious, now I have to do this and then I have to do that and I have to cut off all the projects that I've been working on and like, I have to start spending less time with my friends and they just go on this like future trip for no reason.
And I don't understand. I mean, you tell everybody that you're a comedian and you also have like a lot going on. I never understand when people are like, oh, I cannot give you my full attention. I'm like, I don't want even 50% of all your attention. I want 30%. And in that 30%, you pay a lot of attention to me. And the time that we're together, this is perfect
Even
for me.
20%.
I am a very busy person.
Yeah. That's for me. That's like so weird. But I feel like people in Berlin, again, they're like so like independent, but to like a fault in terms of like they're afraid to form connections. And it's like, yeah, just don't like do your thing, but it's a little bit ridiculous because again, it's like this girl telling me, Bruno, I'm not ready for anything. It's like, oh, ready for us to see each other once a week to start with because I don't know you and I'm busy, and maybe in like like a month and a half or 2 months, push that up to like 2 or 3 times a week. That's plenty enough time to, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. People are a little traumatized here, I feel like.
Mm.
I also think like people arrive here, they get jaded because everyone is all cold and like and distant and everyone has a rotation.
Mm.
And then they're like, oh, I hate Berlin dating. And then like a year later, they all start doing the same thing as a defense mechanism. So they're like, I hate this, but then they start doing the same thing. So it's like every time I hear someone be like, oh, I hate Berlin dating, they have a rotation.
Yeah.
And it's like, you are part of Berlin dating. You're part of this like new culture. I don't think it's just Berlin. It's a lot of big cities around Europe and the States and even South America, I think. But it's like,
El ganado.
El ganado, the cattle.
We call it the cattle in Latin America.
Yeah,
You have your rotation.
Don't fucking, if you're going to complain about it, don't participate. Otherwise, like, if you're going to participate, do it gladly. Don't be like, oh, I hate that people are so detached and you're texting 12 people at once. And then, well, it's fine to text 12 people at once. But then if you get attached and you, Perosa Luki just arrived. If you get attached and then you're like, oh, but I don't want to because I'm going to have to cut off everyone else. It's like, yeah, you're part of what you were complaining about.
Mm-hmm.
You're part of the problem.
Have you had a rotation since you moved here?
Yeah. But I was also never like afraid of like stopping that if I was really into someone, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think rotation is also like a weird term in terms of like, basically it just means seeing a few people casually at the same time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it gets serious with one, it's fine to cut the other ones off, right?
Please don't put my bag on the floor. Yeah, that's fine. My bag cannot be on the floor.
Put it in the other chair. But also Lucas sometimes thinks he owns the place.
He does, but this is like super strong superstition, and I never do that.
Yeah. Palma believes in crystals and shit.
No, I don't. Yes, I do.
Palma is allergic to full moons, actually.
My bag cannot be on the floor. Latin people know.
Yeah, I know that too.
Yeah.
I don't.
Purses look great on you.
Okay. Did you have rotations in Berlin?
I always say that I want to have a rotation. Then I find someone that's like really good, and I'm like, no, it's fine. I just keep seeing this person, and then like 3 times later, I'm like, okay, I'm done.
You've had rotations.
I've never had a rotation.
That was a one.
When did I have a rotation?
Can we say names? No, but
I always give a nickname.
Around your first solo, you had a rotation.
Claro que no. Yo no mataba con male lesbian.
And a couple of other guys you were seeing.
Que a couple of other guys.
The basketball guy and
the basketball guy moved to Brazil.
Yeah, but for a while you were seeing like 2 or 3 guys at the same time, no?
No.
See, I know you were.
I think basketball guy was before male
basketball
lesbian.
guy and rich old marketing guy.
The millionaire.
The millionaire.
Yo, I went on a date with a millionaire.
Like,
No, that was only I only saw him once.
I don't know. You've had rotations. I know.
I never had rotations, bro.
It's fine. I think the only problem is
It's okay that we break the fantasy that I'm not as big of a slut as everybody gives me credit for. It's
they're
normal.
gonna quit watching if they find out. Fucking stop.
Why doesn't my crush like me back? Asking the wrong person.
Yeah, actually, I wouldn't know the feeling. No, I do. I know the feeling so well.
No, you're asking the wrong person because I ask myself all the time.
Look,
The same thing.
I don't know this, and this rum looks really good. So I think this is an excuse for our first shot of the episode, which is we're like halfway through the episode and we haven't drunk yet.
I'm okay with that.
No, it looks excellent.
Because it is excellent. Dominican rum.
Look,
Read the last message your mom sent you.
But you haven't answered the.
Why doesn't my crush like me back?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know who you are. Hello. But I can tell you why I think my crush doesn't like me back.
Okay. Why is that?
I think that my crush thinks I'm too much for them. In like the bad way.
They can't handle you.
Like, yeah. Like just too much. Which, if they think that, then I am. So.
My crush likes me back. She just has commitment issues. Which is what I tell myself. Which is what I tell myself. She's really into me. She's afraid of how passionate our love would be.
And this is a narrative we tell each other all the time.
Yeah, you gotta paint the movie, bro.
Yo, we tell each other this all the time. We're like, he was afraid of their feelings for you.
Yeah.
He was obviously feeling things for you, but they couldn't handle it in the moment.
Yeah, they were not ready to find the love of their life, you know? Yeah. This is also when I fuck a girl and she goes to me afterwards. I'm like, yeah, she couldn't handle how much she loved this dick, you know?
Exactly. And then if she kept going with that and knowing full well, like...
She was going to be addicted.
Yeah.
She was going to be addicted. And then after getting addicted, her whole life would have been collapsing because...
She would just be living to get fucked by you.
Exactly.
And
that's how that works.
You wouldn't even like that. So then you would dump her because we like driven people.
Exactly.
And you can't just be driven by how much you like Bruno's dick.
Facts.
That whole thing
Totally
sounded
healthy.
like I had 2 shots already. Okay, the last thing my mom
I answered. I can't.
texted me was...
Oh, I love this.
My mom sent me one of the What's Up Round videos, but she doesn't know how to do it. So it's just a second of her face.
A second of her
Like-
chin. And she looks so disapproving.
And she said, before that, she said, desgraciada muchachita, te olvidaste de tu mamá. She's like,
ungrateful.
you ungrateful little girl. You forgot about your mother. My name is Maritza Colon.
She's so dramatic. I love it. I asked my mom, hey, remember that painting I bought once in that was still in Peru? What happened to it? And she was like, I sold it, I think, or gave it away. I don't remember. And I was like, oh, okay.
Bless you. You have full conversations.
That was it. That was the whole conversation.
I sometimes don't know how to follow up. You forgot about your mother. My name is Maritza Colon.
You should have been like, oh, I thought it was something else.
Okay. Nationality with the biggest D. Luxembourg.
Luxembourg too. What? No.
Luxembourg.
Peru? Not really.
I'm just talking like the
Oh my
things
God.
I've seen, things I've heard.
Oh my God, this rum. Hints of honey and love. And
Sugarcane.
your mom's panties. What?
We just saw, you know what? Out of respect, we just saw my mother's triple chin on this show.
I didn't mean your mom. I meant the listener's mom.
I love this one. Guess 3 items in Palma's bag or take a shot. Guess 3 items in my bag.
Lipstick,
Yes.
wallet,
Okay.
and I was gonna say cucumber, but not cucumber. Lipstick, wallet, keys is too easy. I know it's a yes, but keys is too easy. Let's say a tampon.
Yeah.
The man, come on. I know women. I'm sensitive. Fucking good listener. You don't even know, bitch.
Always carry a tampon.
Okay, guess.
Not for yourself, for the girlies.
Guess 3 items in my backpack.
Okay.
Or take a shot.
Pens,
Yeah.
a notebook,
Okay.
and your keys.
No, they're in my pockets. Shot.
Come on.
So it's so good. This is a good rum. We'll probably
Read
drink-
one of your questions.
Oh yeah, true. I got. How long does it take on average for you to lock a bit / joke?
Girl, I still don't know.
It's
Like 2 years and counting.
it's never locked.
2 years and counting.
Yeah, I've never locked a bit. Like it's always in progress. You can always add something else, change it, improve it,
Deliver it a different way.
deliver it better. Yeah. So no, never. I always try. If I'm not adding something new, it's boring. Or if I'm not at least improving the delivery, then it's boring. So
What's a bit that you're in love with right now?
I
Like getting it super tight.
my intro joke is getting better with what I thought it was already kind of I didn't know what else to
Assalamu
expect.
alaikum, my habibis.
Yeah. But it's getting even better now, so I'm very happy with that. I added
Yeah.
a couple of new tags and new things. Also, I'm writing a joke about my dick and
How original.
and how size matters. But it's like
You've heard the size here on this show as well.
it's like yeah, you heard. And it's not enough apparently, or too much according to some. It's never good. You know.
We're talking about bits.
But yeah, basically that one's new and it's very interesting. It's very fun. I like it. It's weird. Makes people uncomfortable and then laugh a lot. Luki heard it at the yesterday. He's doing like this. It was good. It was like a very real, drawing on a couple of real life experiences too, 2 or 3 that were traumatic for me.
Mm.
So it's nice to be able to work those traumatic experiences into a joke, you know? Because you're like, yeah, you know what? It did break my heart in the moment when you said that about my penis. I'm not gonna spoil it, but they said something about my penis, and now people are laughing about it. So it's great.
It's healing.
It's healing. Yeah.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
Madam Anshita told me something super special, to always write from your scar and not from your wound. And I thought that was so beautiful.
Healing. That's healed. I feel comfortable in my penis now. It's never gonna be good for you, but it'll be good for me.
For me, it was about, I think, more my relationship thing. Because I wrote a lot about my rebound. And of course, that was just so I wouldn't have to talk about my breakup.
Yeah.
Which I still don't. But
Also, it's an 8-year-long relationship. You can take your time to.
of course I will. Of course I will. Also, as of right now, I don't have enough to say because there's not enough hindsight anyway.
Yeah, the site has to be behind it.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, what got you into comedy?
Me, my ex is the person who got me into comedy, and then I've always loved writing, so I was doing that all along. And then when I clicked with a comedian like in the pandemic, I was like, okay, maybe it's something I could try. And I remember I've said this before, I think, in the show. I have like a bunch of jokes in my notes app that I started writing in the pandemic, which was so many years before I thought I would ever perform.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
We're here. I started in the pandemic. I was really bored, and I realized like I was gonna move to Switzerland to do my masters, and like that's what I had worked really hard for, and I was like I got accepted into this like
Super elite.
yeah, like really good masters, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be able to live in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
What now? And then I realized, oh wait, life's gonna be really boring, just in a nicer place. So I was like, what? I need excitement. I need to do something actually I'm passionate about.
Mm-hmm.
And I read this book about like art and like doing something you really care about.
Mm.
And like in one of the sections of the book, the guy's like, yeah, like what are you most afraid of? That's actually what you're. And I was like, oh fuck, this is my thing. And I instantly thought about comedy, and I had been watching a lot of comedy in the like recent months before that. And I was like, yeah, that's some. It made me reflect, and I realized that's something I've done my entire life. Like, just it was my way of socializing and my way of like flirting or like just making friends or whatever, or even like my defense mechanism. So I was like, fuck it, this is it.
I think I've told you before, but I haven't said on the show. Like that was one of the most endearing things I heard you say early on in our friendship. I heard you in a podcast, and you had said like comedy was the friend to me that I didn't always have.
Oh yeah.
And that melted my heart so much. Of course, I knew you back then as well, but this was like my baby.
Yeah, I mean,
I was like, oh, this is such a tender thing. And of course, everybody has different journeys into finding it, but I found that so beautifully tragic. But beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't have any friends when I was like maybe from like 8 to 10 or 12 or something. I mean, sometimes yes, sometimes no. It was kind of unstable, but I would spend like most of my Saturday nights were watching SNL, just like sketch comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like Big Papi. I remember just feeling like shit for years, except when I was watching comedy.
Aww.
And so then I was like, yeah, I can do this too. And again, there were one moment that I recently was thinking about was like, I watched this special called Ball Hog, and like the closing joke is so insane. Like I'm not gonna spoil it, but watch Ball Hog. It's crazy, and like that joke was so ridiculous and it made me laugh about something I should have never laughed about, basically. But like one of the things that if I tell you the premise, you would tell me this can't be funny unless you're a master. And even then, you're like, I don't know if you can make this like. And I was just crying, laughing, and the whole crowd was crying, laughing. And I was like, oh wait, comedy can be whatever I want it to be. And I was like, okay, then, like, it showed me how much potential there is, and I was like, okay, I guess I can do this. And then I still took me a while from the pandemic, but I was already like slowly getting into the idea of I want to do comedy. And I remember just saying, even before I did my first set, I was like, I'm gonna be a comedian, which was a little crazy. But then I did it, and I was like, yeah, I was right. Like as soon as I did it once, I was like, this is.
It was the same for me after my first open mic.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, and then I never
No,
haven't
never
stopped
looked back.
since.
No.
But the thing, there was another thing that I heard in a podcast actually with Mike Birbiglia. He was interviewing another comedian, and she started her career pretty early on, and they kept saying like, okay, but what's the worst thing? The worst thing that could happen if you become a comedian? Okay, you bomb. If that's your fear is not a good enough reason. So I've always used that for everything now. Just fear is not a good enough reason
No.
not to do anything.
You gotta always do things from love, because otherwise you're just avoiding what you know. You're just avoiding shit and you're scared. But you gotta.
Have you heard that too? Like the opposite of love isn't hate; it's just fear.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. This change the tone of this podcast.
You remember?
We remember when we were talking about sex.
Hey, we have depth. Remember was
super funny. Super funny.
Siempre hay algo
We're getting dragged.
Siempre hay algo más atrás de lo que temes.
Ah.
Y esa paz te va a encontrar si esta vez no te escondes. Only for the Spanish speakers. We put subtitles on that one.
What did your Latina mom say when you got a tattoo?
Jesus Christ. Lucas just dropped like 20 questions.
My mom saw my tattoos and she was like, what do you think she said? Honestly. What do you think her reaction was? My dad was so chill. He was like, oh, okay.
Your mom, your
and
mom.
I didn't expect it at all because they're super, believe it or not, my parents were super progressive for Santo Domingo. And
she called you a slut.
And she was like, why are you ruining yourself?
Okay, that's better than I thought.
Ruining your skin. And at that time, I actually was in the island with my ex-boyfriend, and he got tattoos at the same time as me. And I was like, but he got tattoos as well. And she was like, yeah, but he can get them, not you. And I was like, hell yeah. Sexism from my mother.
Okay. I'll do one that's more based on me. Oh, well, I'll tell you. My mom went to get my tattoo with me. She asked, and I was like, only if you don't get really nervous. And she was like, okay. And so she ended up coming.
What was her name? Mariela.
She hates you now. You know, she used to love you, and now she's gonna find.
No, I'm so sorry. Marcela. Marcela, be my mom.
Would you rather she would be the best? She's the best mom. Oh my god, mom, you're the best.
My mom is also fine.
Would you rather sacrifice 10 centimeters of height or 3 centimeters of dick length?
3 centimeters of dick length, obviously.
For you?
Yeah.
If every guy that you were dating instantly became 10 centimeters shorter or 3 centimeters shorter?
3 centimeters shorter.
Yeah?
I don't need that much. She's tight.
Yeah, damn. Dude. Look at her flex. I do need those three. Those three are crucial for me. Those, I don't know, honest. I think I would rather be 10 centimeters shorter because also it would...
What?
10, yeah, because it would force me to develop a personality, you know?
You need one of those.
Yeah, I do. Like, and I see our short king back in the studio. and he's just, what are you, 73? 80. See,
we're the same height.
What?
We're the same height.
Okay, but yeah,
I'm tall.
Lucas is so confident, and
in Latin America.
Yeah,
for a girl in Latin America.
In Latin America,
I am very tall.
Almost tall. I'm like above average, but I'm not like wow. But like okay, he's tall. No, I would say. Oh, it's a difficult question. I actually think, yeah, 3 centimeters of dick. I can afford it. I wouldn't be happy with it, but I can afford it.
Okay.
But it's a hard one, I have to say. It's only because I'm into tall girls. This is the issue. Rumor has it you're killing at the moment. What has changed? Nothing. I was always killing. This is very passive aggressive.
Excuse you, no. You have been killing extra. It's the effect of my friendship.
Yeah, hanging out with Palma. No, it's just consistency and hard work and being single and lonely. That really makes you funnier. Being deeply unhappy has helped my career.
That's such a lie.
It's a
You
lie.
weren't
No,
deeply
actually-
unhappy at all.
Yeah, I would say actually I got out of like a unstable situation at the beginning of the year, and that stability allowed me to focus more on comedy. And now
And you were being super intentional with your time.
I'll be hitting people with the business right now. I also have had some terrible gigs, but you take those. It's part of the game. It's part of risk taking in your act. If you could reconnect to any woman of your
Is this because you didn't write any jokes?
yes, it's 100% because of that.
No, so let's do the Spanish and
But
close with
also
that.
we're cooking.
Would you reconnect with any woman of your past? Who and why?
Yes, I'm not telling you who, and because the sex was great, uh, so I'm drinking.
I am also drinking.
Fucking yeah. There's a lot of people in my past that there's two type of people in my past that I would like to fuck. The ones that we had great sex and I would love to like just get a couple more rounds in, and the ones that I had terrible sex with because I didn't know how to do things back then, and I just want to show them the growth. I want to show them how much it's changed. I'm like, look, you were with me at my worst. I want you
Deserve me now.
you deserve me now. You can
At
get
my
some,
best.
You can get some quality
Salucita.
business. Que no apoya, no fue. Jesus Christ, I love this. Ugh.
I love it. It says Bruno every time he eats pussy. So good. I love it.
And I do love it eating pussy. With some exceptions. No, I'm passionate about the pussy eating pursuit. Yeah, it's a beautiful art form, I feel like. I only stop when you can't anymore. I only stop when you're exhausted. I have the cardio. I have the chin cardio, the jaw duration, the jaw resistance. But
What has been your experience with that? Like, do a lot of the girls you've been with like orgasm from that only?
yeah. I mean, you gotta. Sometimes you gotta assist with the finger. Sometimes they just eating pussy is not enough. You gotta eat it and handle it. And
Spider-Man.
and fucking
You saw it here first.
Fratata, you gotta hit him with the Uzi. Sometimes like it's the whole. It's a toolbox. Sometimes you need the wrench. Sometimes you need the drill.
And according to you, 3 weeks ago, you need the elbow.
Yeah, sometimes you need to hit them with the elbow, bro. Sometimes you hit them with the knee and the fucking. Yeah, so.
Next question.
Yeah. Yes is the answer. What was the question before?
This is the
When we
question.
went to KitKat, who had the best outfit?
I was sick. I am sick now too.
I would say it was.
Me. I had the best outfit. It was at home, but I have the best outfit. You've seen it. I've
Yeah.
shown everyone in pictures.
Palma is salty because she didn't make it. And it's also when we went to KitKat, so it's only for the cool kids in the class. I would say it would either be. It would. I loved producer Tim looked like he owned a boat. And that was sick.
That's so hot.
Producer Tim looked like he was the captain in a boat, just like naked. It just had like such boat.
Was it the
energy.
same you showed me before? Oh, that's very homosexual. It was very hot.
Everyone looked gay as hell.
J'adore.
I also really liked my outfit, except the fact that I looked like a sub.
But you are a sub.
I'm a dom.
No, but like,
I like that hit him with the business, dude. I like the pow, dude.
Yeah, but for
I'm a dominant guy.
I know you mean in like in bed, but amongst the whites,
Amongst
we are the sub.
Yeah, we did get subbed by the whites for like 200 years. That's true. But yeah, no, I would have to say Timmy. Yeah. But also Lucas was like solid, but he was like just he was bulletproof, but it wasn't like shining, you know? Ludwig looked like a geisha with really short hair.
That's what he always looks like.
Yeah. He always has the skin of a geisha, but now he also had like a kimono.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
You know,
Like a
Ludwig
see-through
is just
kimono.
so lemon grab for me. Like
I don't know what lemongrab is.
the character from Adventure Time.
Oh, okay.
That screams, unacceptable.
He does do that.
I just love you, Ludwig.
Yeah.
Love ya.
Yeah. No, but I think it was definitely El Boat, Mr. Producer Tim, who was also on he had the most legendary catchphrase of all the night, which Timmy, is it okay if yeah. So we were at KitKat, and if you don't know, there's not as much fucking in KitKat as you expect. You have to look for it. And so the first 2 hours we were there, maybe, we didn't see a lot of people or any people fucking actually, and Tim was just like, where's the fucking? Where is the fucking? There's no fucking, dude. We need to see where. And he would just like, and then at some point we finally start like touring the more like dark corners of KitKat, and we see like what you call it, like a BDSM orgasm show where they were making a girl squirt, and so we passed this dungeon when there's like and you know. And Tim literally looks at me and he goes, finally, some pussy.
I can't believe this.
Finally, dude. What the fuck?
I love that you're describing a sprinkler.
Yeah.
And it's like producer Tim like pussy.
No, but that's the worst part. He wasn't like wee. He wasn't like wee pussy. He was like finally, dude. He looked like a businessman.
He was like a kinky Karen.
Dude, he was literally like a grumpy old man. Like complaining about all the immigrants, and then finally like, yeah, the border is closed now. You know?
Coño.
Yeah,
Build a wall.
It was hilarious.
Let's do 3 words and wrap this up.
You know what we didn't do? Annika is producer Luki's GF, his
SO.
partner, significant other, and she just went with I'm hot enough, you're gonna let me in regardless. So she looked like people going to a regular club. She looked more normal than anything in Palma's closet. You know, she was just like, you don't have any outfit that's so standard as her. She looked like she wanted to get kicked out.
I take offense to that.
I feel like
I own jeans now since I moved to Berlin.
yeah, basically anything that's not jeans. Like she basically had like a black dress that was tight, and that's it. And it had like
We're gonna have to take this offline.
yeah, we'll take this out. But basically, she had like I don't even know if you could see her belly button. You couldn't see even her belly button. It was just like a dress, and I think she didn't want to be there. She didn't enjoy it at all. But when she got to the queue, they just saw her and they're like, "Yeah, you're hot. You can get in," which was like good for her, but also like just.
Listen, I wasn't there. These questions are not about me. Let's move on. Let's do Spanish.
Okay.
I have 3 words for us. The Spanish lesson of the day. Welcome. Now we're gonna teach you Peruvian and Dominican Spanish. I forgot. Do we have a name for this section yet? Dora the Explorer.
Palma the Explorer? No.
The first word is sandal. Sandal in Peruvian.
Chancleta.
We say chancleta as well, but I need to tell you that there's a specific kind of chancla, the kind that your dad throws at you. We call it samurai.
That's so racist.
We call it samurai.
That's so racist.
And it's not even the Japanese one.
Yeah.
It's just like the rubber, huge, chunky ass, brown, cheap ass sand. Like it hurts like hell when you get that thrown at you.
The worst
and
part-
we call it samurai.
And samurais don't throw shit. That's the worst part. They're like, fuck it.
Una samurai.
That's good. No,
Can you say samurai?
no, can you say samurai? No, chanclet. I think that one's. We also say sandalias.
Yeah, but sandalias are like when it's pretty, right?
Yeah.
Like when a girl is wearing something nice, you're like, "Qué lindas sandalias." But when like your dad is about to beat you up,
Yeah.
you're like, "La samurai."
Also, it's very much like a
Let me show you la samurai.
in the house kind of thing. you know?
Yeah, definitely. Never outside.
Yeah. Those don't go out.
This is a samurai.
The samurai chancla. Oh shit! Those are basically pantuflas. Those are almost like you know what pantufla is?
Yeah, like slippers.
Slippers. Those look like
No,
leather
but they're
slippers.
super thick. They will
Thickers.
hurt you. Second word is straw.
Straw, cañita.
Straw. ¿Qué?
Cañita.
Cañita.
Yeah.
Like little sugar cane.
Yeah.
Straw in Peruvian is cañita.
Yeah, cañita. Like a cane, but like a little one. Cañita.
Cañita.
Yeah. Very, very cute. Very
For us, it's not cute. Calimete.
calimete. Oh my god, these Dominicans, they don't know how to Spanish. What the fuck does calimete mean?
Ooh, a straw, pendejo.
It sounds like
What the fuck? You don't understand why I'm telling you.
calimete.
Mamahuevo.
It sounds like a Roman emperor.
Calimete.
Fucking Nero, Caligula, calimete.
What the fuck is your problem?
¿De dónde viene? Where does it come from? What's
I don't
this?
fucking know.
I'm googling this.
Calimete.
Calimeteismo.
Un calimete. Can you say calimete?
You can't probably because it's a weird.
El
ass-
calimete es para la Coca-Cola.
Calimete. It's a municipality in Cuba.
¿Qué día?
See?
It's how we say straw. Un calimete.
Okay, so first, it's a straw, and then it's also a plant. That's also a calimete. And see, you guys are weird. That's all I have to say.
And cañita is not weird. Dominicans,
A little.
defend me.
it-
Oye,
it-
cañita, little sugar cane is not weird.
'Cause a sugar
How the
ca-
fuck are you gonna drink from a little sugar cane?
A straw is the same shape as a sugar cane, and if you remove
A sugar cane is this big.
yeah, but this is a cañita, ita, small.
Cañita, ita, is like this big.
It's like this. Palma,
We're not talking about your penis anymore.
Cañota. Then you call it a sugar cane. Come on.
Can you
Don't-
say small penis?
Pendeja.
Okay, last word.
Yeah, this is weird.
Party. Party in Dominican. Un teteo.
Un teteo.
Teteo.
Juerga. Una juerga. Juerga.
Juerga.
Juerga. Vamos a juerguear.
Juerguear.
¿A qué hora es la juerga?
No, what?
Juerga.
Vamos a juerguear.
Juerguear. Sí.
O sea, we're gonna go party.
We go party.
Say it in a sentence. Can you use it in a sentence?
Mañana tenemos 3 juergas. Me voy a ir a la mierda.
Oh, me voy a la mierda. It's like I'm gonna get wasted.
Shit-faced, yeah.
Okay, j'adore.
Ayer fue una juerga y me comía 3 feas. Y ahora me duele la cabeza.
Is this an anecdote? He just said, I went to a party and I ate 3 uggos.
That was the college days. That was fuck.
Disgusting.
Yeah, we would take one of these like per person to the pre-drinks. We would get a shit faced, and then we would go collect Pokemons. Just straight 3s galore.
I didn't know you were a loser.
I was. Not anymore though.
Okay. Good.
I'm kidding. I'm still
Good.
Where are the 3s at? What's up? Let's go.
By the way, our word, teteo,
Teteo.
it's in a bunch of songs. Karol G famously says, en RD, esto es teteo. One of her songs.
What
Love it.
What do they mean? Party.
Teteo is just party. Un
Okay.
teteo. Vamos un teteo. Teteo is party.
We also say party.
But it's also, yeah, we also say that. But
Where, tono, we would say tono is more like un tono is like a dancing party.
Ven,
So-
ven, speed or swallow, ven. Que I wrote two
No,
jokes.
keep it for next time. Don't. Próxima, carajo.
Ya no hay. ¿Tú quieres hacer más? Ya
No,
se
el
acabó.
próximo episodio lo hacemos.
Ah,
Trying to fucking
she's trying to fucking what?
show off.
Show off.
Show off. Show off.
Okay.
Yeah. Hacemos one more chop para despedirnos y vamos.
Vámonos.
Okay. Yeah.
This was such. This episode was full of everything,
also
ups and downs.
let's go a little deep. Let's go
and-
depth in terms of a party, because I think this is important. Because if you're a gringo that's moving to South America or just visiting, you want to know also the different styles of party. Because we say juerga is more like in general to like go out and like, but juerga encapsulates like actually like a club.
But you used it as a verb too, so I can
Juerguear.
tell you like, Bruno, when I go to Peru, I want to juerguear.
Vamos a juergar. Yeah,
Okay.
we'll for sure. But this encapsulates bars, clubs, like a party where you like, it's like a big open space and whatever.
Strip club.
Yeah, and basically any place where you're kind of getting wasted and being dumb is a juerga. And then we got a tono.
So this podcast.
Tono, yeah, this is a juerga. This is a juerga for sure. But a tono would be more like one of those parties that's not a club, but you like buy tickets. So it's more like an event.
Mm.
And like there's a lot of dancing. That's a tono. So it's a different kind of it's like a subsection, and tono literally means tone.
Mm.
But yeah. So that's a tono. Then you have a reu, which is like a
¿Un qué?
una reu. Como
Reunión.
Yeah. So that's more like a house.
Reunion.
That's more like a house party. So like, I don't know, let's say 20 people at a house, a bunch of alcohol. That's
What's your favorite?
that's a reu. I would say reu.
Mhm.
Reu. Well, it depends. Tono, like big party with like 2,000 people, is good because these are usually not at clubs, which also means you can go to Lo Oscurito. You know Lo Oscurito?
Claro, baby.
She know Lo Oscurito. So in Peru, it's something
Lo
that's
oscurito means the little dark.
the little dark corners. So in a lot of parties in Peru, what they'll do is they'll make an event and they'll rent like a huge venue, like a really old house in the outside of the city, like 40 minutes to 1 hour away. And there's like this big old property, and they'll rent it and they'll make it into like this party zone, like party area. And so you got like these wooden dance floors, and it's all grass because it's like a huge backyard or something for like an old house or something. And you get like how do you say tolo in English? Just
An awning.
yeah, like just one of these fucking built-in, like one of these roofs that are made out of cloth. How the fuck do they call it? I don't know. Like a tent type of thing.
Un techo de zinc.
Un techo de zinc. I don't know. But
A
basically,
tin roof.
like not a tin, more like a cloth.
Yeah.
And so
A tent.
like kind of like a tent. Yeah. So they'll do like a tent, and then basically everywhere around is like bars and stuff like that. But it's also such a big house that there's like a million dark corners. So what you do is you get wasted in the bars, you go dancing with people, and if things are getting hot and heavy, just
Did you ever use them?
to Lo Oscurito.
Uh-huh.
Lo Oscurito is not a specific place. Lo Oscurito is just the darkness.
When you think nobody's seeing you.
Yeah, anywhere you
Okay, but did you use it? Answer the question, Bruno.
several times.
And then you're shy to do it here.
No, that's the thing. Here, first of all, I'm not. Second of all,
Mentira.
I do. Dude, I'll fucking go. Let's a park. I don't give a fuck.
De verdad.
Yeah.
Well, but that's okay.
But
We covered that
the
in this podcast. That's his fantasy to fucking a mountain.
Yes, but also the difference is that this is like, it's different than when you're in a club, because a club is like there's not that many random dark corners, but in these places you could be like 5 minutes away walking from anyone else because it's such a big area that you could literally be like it can be very, very private, and at the same time, it's kind of not at all, you know? So that's fun. And then Reu house parties are just nice because you know everyone and you can just get properly shit faced.
And on that note, let's get out of here.
Bueno, this has been too much gasolina.